which is in Washington. So they were kind enough to send us some freshly cut spearmint right before we got on the ship that we could distill. So that's what we're distilling. We've got a hot plate here, and basically we got some water right here. We got a screen to keep the plant material off of it, and then we're going to talk through that whole process. But that's what you guys missed. I grew up watching Bill Nye the Science Guy, so I've got my 2x4 of science and my little white boxes of science that get us to the right height that we need right here. So that's kind of the setup that we've got. And then I'm going to let, real quick, so we've got a PowerPoint that will just kind of give us some visuals. And Brett Packer from the Highland Flats farm, he's the farm manager up there. If any of you have been to any of the harvests or the winter harvests or plantings or anything like that, know Brett. And he put this PowerPoint together for me. If you want to go hang out with Brett and get a super in-depth look at what happens at Highland Flats, as well as some education from Tamara Packer. They've got a beauty school event that's coming up in a few months, so get on, register for that. It's a lot of fun. Brett does a lot of in-depth distillation training. It's a great event. So that's that. So this is kind of a little schematic that Nicholas is going to talk through about distillation in general, and then how the big distillation operations at our farms relate to these small operations. These small operations are used almost every day at corporate, looking at new plants to distill, different blends, things like that. So this isn't demonstration purposes only. This is actually used all the time, and it's a very important process that we use so that when we go to the big operations, it's efficient as possible, and we have an understanding of what's going to come out of as an end result. So I'm going to let Nicholas take over with the awesome science stuff.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. I have seen some familiar faces who are the people that has been in Ecuador or have talked with me maybe on convention somewhere else. Oh, just a few over there. Okay, great. So the other people that hasn't visited Ecuador, you're invited. In Ecuador, you will have like a real experience. You know, you don't even have the seal experience over there. You can see everything, and also you can see the foundation. You can meet the children that we have over there, that they love all of you. Last week we had like a Mexican group that they were close to come to here, so but they couldn't, and like the price was like going to Ecuador. So they love being at the farm and also being with the kids. So I am just inviting you. Normally we have the Platinum Retreat over there. But if you want, if you don't want to wait, you can go to Ecuador, and Ecuador is another house for you. So what do we have here? You see on that picture, you will see like on the upper part, you will see what we have on the farms. The first part is like a station that is called water softener. So it's where we take out the hardness to the water, and then goes to a tank that starts heating the water. After that, that heated water goes to the boiler. Do you know for what we use or for what we need a boiler? Do you know? To produce steam. Somebody said steam. So the idea of this talk is just like to make you learn some basic principles how we produce the oils. Because what we do in Ecuador is very similar than Mona, than Highland Flats. Probably the boilers can change or the cookers can change, but the principle is the same. So if you know, where on the boiler we produce the steam, and that steam goes to the cooker. So do you know what we put inside of the cooker, right? The raw material. So now, do you know what is the steam? Do you know what is that? The steam is like when we have water, then we are like heating the water, then it start like evaporating the water, right? So if we smell that steam, has like any smell? Yes or no? No, right? Because like the water has no smell. So that steam, we open like a valve and go directly to the cooker. And that steam that has no smell touches the plant. So now that steam will have like an aromatic smell. I don't know if the people that is near of me kind of smell like this. Do you know what we're doing now? Do you know what we're distilling? What?
Spearmint.
Spearmint. Okay. So now all this container is full of steam, and then what we do is like to catch all that steam and send directly to this place. If you see the cooker, you will see like there is like a cylinder that is like this. Okay? Do you know what's the name of that? Condenser. So on the condenser is where we transform that aromatic steam into water. Remember that the steam was water before being steam. So what we're doing is just transforming again that steam, but remember that that is an aromatic steam. So if you can see inside of this, you will see like we have like a little bubbles. You can see over here, and over there you will see like inside of the condenser we have like stainless steel pipes. Okay, the next one. Over there, you can see inside of that picture we have like little pipes. So the condenser is made of that. So inside we have like pipes, stainless steel pipes from the beginning until the end of the condenser. So all the steam that we generate, for example, I'm going to open this and you will see like a little bit of steam. It's not so much because we don't have like pressure here. So this steam goes like to that part and is like goes into all the little pipes that is inside. Over here we have little bubbles. Okay? So what we do, if we touch over here, has to be hot, right? But inside of the condenser, if I touch this, it's not hot. Why? Because like we put water, cold water, to cool the pipes that has inside steam. So the water never touches the steam. Just the water is outside of the pipes. So when we're doing that, we are doing like a condensation. It's just transforming the aromatic steam into water, and also the aromatic particles that are on the steam, just like transforming into liquid. And then you will see like over here that is just like dropping water. It's because like all the steam that is going around here, we're transforming into aromatic water and oil. Okay? And do you know how we call this place over here? This little glass that I have here? No? Yes, that is separator. So over there is where we separate the water from the oil from the water. You can see over here that we have like over there you can see that pink or red color. That is the oil. Normally, if you see that, you will see like that the oil, and on the bottom part you will see like the clear part that is water. Okay. And I don't know if you know, but the oils have different densities. What means that? In that case, the oil is like on the top part of the water, but there are other oils that are heavier than the water and goes down. Do you know any oil that is heavier than water? Do you know one? I just know one. I know that there is a lot of ones, but I just know one, and it's very easy to get.
Veteran or
Wintergreen.
wintergreen? Oh.
Yes, one day just try. Put water and put one drop. You will see like the drop will go down.
Oh.
Exactly. So each oil has like a different density. And when we collect the oil, then we put like all the oil on a stainless steel can. And from that can, then we take a little sample, and then we send that to the lab, to the GC lab, to see the compounds and to see if everything is fine. Over there we see compounds and also smell, color, things like that. And when that is done in Ecuador, then that is ready to be shipped to the States and then be shared to all the world. So this is just like a quick explanation of what we do. And what say Josh, this is something that we use like every week. We don't produce our oils in these, but this helps us just like to do some tests. For example, in Ecuador we have like many aromatic plants. So sometimes we are getting from different areas and then we're distilling over here and then just testing. So if in the future you will see like new oils from Ecuador, they were tested before over here. And one more. Now I want to ask you some questions. Okay? How much do you know about Ecuador? Okay? I hope not to be boring for you. I'm sorry if I am boring. But I'm going to do some questions. Do you know which oils we produce in Ecuador? Ilang ilang? What more? Melissa? No. Probably one. Oregano? Yes. But the oregano that we produce is the Plectranthus ambonicus. When you see the Cool Azul product, just read the label and our oregano is there. Okay? The normal oregano that you're talking about is the oregano vulgare. So this is the common oregano. But the one that we have is the Plectranthus ambonicus. But good answer. One more. Dorado azul. Yes. One more. Mastrante. Eucalyptus blue. One more. Ilang ilang was said.
Palo Santo.
Palo Santo. Ocotea. Yes. Yes. What more? Okay. One more important thing. Do you know that according the plant is how much oil we can get? This is something that I said on the last other one meeting. So I'm going to show you some cookers. Josh is going to show us some cookers over there that are from Highland Flats. Okay, they are very similar to the ones that we have in Ecuador. So they are almost 15,000 liters capacity. Okay, our cookers in Ecuador are a little bit smaller, but are almost the same. So in each cooker we can put like almost 5 tons of product. Okay, you know 5 tons is 5,000 kilos. So from oregano, how many liters do you think that we can get? Just give me a number. How many liters from 5 tons?
100.
1 liter? 3? Yes, that's the answer. Somebody said 100.
100 I did.
Yes. We would love to have 100 from 5 tons.
Grabbing a number.
Yes, but that would be very, very nice. But no, we get like 3 tons. Sorry, 3 liters from 5 tons.
Wow.
And there is something that is good, like for example, hearing this kind of conversations, it's good like because we can learn and we can understand like the value of the oil. Because like sometimes there are some oils that are very hard like to get. For example, Melissa. We don't produce Melissa in Ecuador, but we have done some tests and I have talked with other farms and I know that Melissa is lower than the oregano that we produce. So those are one of the reasons why some oils are very difficult to get, or maybe the price. Our other plants, like for example Palo Santo, has a higher yield. So from 5 tons, how much do you think we can get?
1.
More than 3.
4.
4? No.
5.
It's a higher yield. 7. Higher yield.
10.
Higher than 50.
100.
Yes. No, sorry. From 5 tons, almost 400.
400.
Yes.
Wow.
But this is the only plant that we can get a lot of oil. The other ones, no. Dorado Azul, Mastrante, Oregano, 3 to 4 liters from each 5 tons. Ilang ilang is a good plant. It's a good raw material producing oil, but it's not so good as Palo Santo. For example, from 5 tons, how much liters do you think we can get?
We're guessing. 20. 4.
More. 50.
50.
50. So Palo Santo, Ilang Ilang has the second place in yield in the Ecuador farm. But then the other ones are less than I told you. Another oil that we produce is Ruta. Do you know Ruta Bala?
Yes.
Okay, so Ruta Bala has Ruta, Lavender, and Valerian. So we produce Ruta. Okay, this is one of the 3 that we produce. Oh, yes, we have a little lemongrass crop over there. So you know a lot about Ecuador and why you haven't visited us.
Soon. Someday soon.
The Cotea has a good yield. It's similar than Eucalyptus Blue. Eucalyptus Blue is a little bit higher, but from 8 tons of Ocotea we can get like 50 liters. And from 8 tons of Eucalyptus we can get like maybe 80. Yes, so that 4 ones are the most yield plants that we have, like ylang ylang, palo santo, cotea, and eucalyptus. The other one, they are very, very low. So that means that we need like a lot of raw material to produce like a good amount. And one question, what we do you know what we do with our distilled raw material or biomass? Do you know what we do in Ecuador?
Put back on the plants.
What?
Put it around the plants. Put it on.
This is one of the things that we do. She's saying like putting around the plants, that helps like to prevent growing the weeds. But we also do another thing that is very interesting. We have a place called the worm house, okay? And over there, we give that biomass mixed with manure, but it has to be composted before, okay? And then the worms start eating that, and then they transform that compost to worm casting. So we use that worm casting in our fields, and also we're using on the greenhouse. So it's like we are like closing the loop, because we're producing something, and then we're using that to transform again, like for the plants. Yes.